What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Return of the Athlete. My name is Paul Klingon, and in this video, I'm gonna show you my 5 go-to non-alcoholic beverages. I'll show you why I enjoy them, when I like to use them, and how you can use them for the different events and situations where you find yourself not wanting to drink. We'll go over the calories, we'll go over how much they cost, and we'll go over different ways that you can use each of these 5 different options. Here we go. So the first one I really enjoy is Partake Brewing. This is an IPA version, and they have golden ales, Mexican cervezas, light beers, literally you name it. I would say they have one of the most built out catalogs from an alcoholic beer or non-alcoholic beer standpoint rather. And you can get it online. You can get it at a number of different places. I've seen it at Whole Foods, QFC. I've seen it at the little Japanese mart right up the street. So I'd say they have a really good distribution as well. I've seen them at bars, and I've talked to a lot of women who have been pregnant who have actually used this as well during their pregnancy. But one of the things that I find really enjoyable about this, one, it tastes great. 2 is when you are having a beer at the end of the day, right? I just cracked the can. How many times is it where you tell yourself a story and you finish a hard day at work or it's been a long week and you say, oh, I need a beer. I need to kick back and relax. And that's one of the biggest things that I would have you consider, and the biggest thing that I see with myself or with clients is when I'm cracking this can, when I'm pouring myself, right, this nice frothy beer, it's the story I'm telling myself. It's the ritual of saying, man, I've had a hard day at work, I can just relax now. Sometimes I'll throw this in the freezer, chill it, and it has every single upside of wanting to get the relaxation part and the story that I'm telling myself from an alcohol standpoint, but obviously none of the downside of the hangovers, the anxiety, the added calories. This is about, I think this one's 65 calories. The lighter beers are gonna be 40, 30, 20. But the other thing that I would say with this is that, you know, it's a very affordable solution. This is, I think, $11.99 for a 6-pack. You can get a 12-pack in some of the options as well. And so Partake Brewing has been really my go-to. I always have it in the fridge and I'm always using it, and it's one of my favorite non-alcoholic options. The next option I've got right here is Partake. This is a blonde beer. And one of the things, same as Partake Brewing, same as Partake, and I'll show you one other one, Heineken, is when you have a beer in your hand, right? You're at an event, you're with friends out on the boat, you're at the lake, or you're just sitting and chilling. The cool designs are going to give off the belief that you are drinking a beer. And you can check out in my other video, Judgment Jiu-Jitsu, and how to really handle people peer pressuring you into drink when you don't want to. But one of the things that really helps with that is having cool designed cans that look like a drink. People aren't gonna go and then read the label and like, oh my God, it's non-alcoholic. But very much just like the Partake Brewing, Partake is one that I get at Whole Foods. It's something that is going to taste great. This one's only 15 calories. And again, you're getting a lot of the same ritualistic mental correlations that you're really looking for from a beer standpoint. Tastes great. It even fizzes all over the place. I dropped this 12-pack or this 6-pack on my way from the grocery store and it exploded on me. So very much like beer, if you want to shotgun it, you absolutely can. But just like the other one, you're not gonna get the hangover, not gonna get the anxiety, not gonna get the extra calories and all the other I would say reverse benefits. Just like the Partake Brewing, you're looking at $11.99 for a 6-pack, very similar to other 6-pack prices that you'd pay for actual alcoholic beers. Instead, you're just trading it for a non-alcoholic version. So for this next drink, I'm gonna mix it up and give you guys a kombucha. And this is going to be Humm. There's a number of different kombuchas out there. This is 40 calories. This was $3.49 for a bottle, a little steep. Got it at Whole Foods. That's probably why. But the thing that I would say with this, coming back to the idea of a ritual, a belief that you're having, a story that you're telling yourself, is if you want a beer, well, you can crack the can, you can get the feeling of a beer. If you're more of a mixed drink, a sugary drink, a margarita, or some sort of fancy cocktail, you can get a lot of the same effects here. I got a little glass, I've got some ice, and I'm gonna pour this colorful sugary drink in here. Right, it's not alcoholic, obviously, but now I get to tell myself the mental story of, oh, I'm having a nice sugary, relaxing drink on ice in the sun, and you're able to get a lot of the same mental correlations that you would want with an alcohol version. I'll show you guys a seltzer water after this, but this is one of my favorites. You also have some of the other benefits of kombucha. It's a probiotic. It's gonna be really high in vitamin B12, and you can use this as a proxy for essentially having a mixed drink. Next, I wanna dive into seltzer waters, and particularly Topo Chico is one that I really enjoy. It is a little bit pricier. You're looking at $14.99 for a 12 pack. Keep in mind how expensive alcohol would be if you were out at an event or if you were drinking something that would be in the same kind of bottling style as this. But very similar to cracking a can, popping a top has the ritualistic story that you tell yourself, oh, that's refreshing. You can now create that correlation in your mind because you have the association, the neural association of when I crack a bottle, when I crack a top right here, that's going to be a relaxing state that I'm moving into. Now, how you compare this, you can just drink this out of the bottle, or you can utilize this and basically create a gin and tonic, a vodka soda. I've done this at a number of parties. I'll do this at home. There's no difference other than there's no alcohol actually in here. It still has the same fizz. You're able to go to a wedding, you're able to go to a party, you're able to say, hey, can I just get a seltzer water with a lime? No one's gonna ask any questions, no one's gonna say anything, and you're gonna be able to have a nice, refreshing, relaxing drink. The other thing I'll say with this too is that Topo Chico has a alcoholic seltzer version. I can't tell you how many times I've been out and people are saying, oh, is that a Topo Chico seltzer? No, it's just mineral water. It's really expensive mineral water. It's not any fancier than anything. It's just literally mineral water. And at this point, if you're watching, you're like, why wouldn't I just drink water? You absolutely could. But there's the added pizzazz of it cracking a can, of popping a top, of having it be sparkling. And for so many people, that little extra story is ultimately what has them feeling special, having them feel unique. And because this comes in a nice big box, because this comes in a glass bottle, I feel a little bit more of a baller drinking this on the couch as opposed to a boring glass of water. Hydrate, definitely drink boring glass of water, but if it's a special occasion, you can pop this. I feel great doing it. Last thing I'll say with seltzer waters, it's going to be 0 calories. So you're gonna be able to just drink and drink and drink. And so long as you can continue to go to the bathroom, you're not gonna run into any issues from a calorie standpoint, from a sugar standpoint, or from an alcohol standpoint, obviously. And for the 5th non-alcoholic version, I have a Heineken Zero here. The 6-pack was, I think, $10.99, so roughly the same as the other non-alcoholic beers. The calories in this, I believe, is 69 is what it said on the box, so someone in marketing had a fun time with that. And very similar to the Topo Chico, you get the mental correlation of popping off a top. And now I wanted to pull in a Heineken because it is gonna be a beer that has the biggest, or one of the biggest distributions across the world, across restaurants. And so this is gonna be one of the things that you are most likely to find at a restaurant. If you go in the non-alcoholic drinks, Pepsi, you got your diet sodas, you got your orange juice, coffee, then there's probably going to be a Heineken or some other version. I've had this a number of times. It tastes like Heineken. I remember one particular time I was at a Topgolf in Scottsdale at an event for work. I had a couple of these. No one said anything. And that's one of the biggest things that I would say to kind of wrap this up is the biggest thing that you are hearing is the projected voices in your head. I'll dive into this a little bit more in my other video, Judgment Jiu-Jitsu, and how to handle the peer pressure of not drinking for a night, not drinking for a weekend, not drinking for a week, a month, a year, whatever that ends up being. But with all of these options that we're looking at, but the biggest thing with all of these different drinks that I just showed you in the story that you can tell yourself is that you are going to be able to attack the next day. You're gonna be able to wake up not hungover, you're gonna have more energy, your body's gonna be more repaired, and there's a number of different benefits we're gonna talk about in this video, the 5 benefits of taking time off drinking. But I think the big thing with all of these is it's a ritual. It's a story, it's something that you're telling yourself, and if you can make the story of I'm not drinking a little bit fancier and create some neural connection to, oh, I'm doing everything else that I would do as if I was having a beer, as if I was having a mixed drink, as if I was having a vodka soda, but I'm not actually drinking alcohol, you're gonna enjoy the situation so much more. And I think by the end of it, you'll recognize that this is accomplishing everything that you needed. You're getting 98% of the upside and completely diminishing the downside. Thanks for watching. If you got value out of this video, I would appreciate if you would share it, like it, subscribe, wherever you are watching or listening to this. Be sure and leave a comment or review and share it with someone that might be interested in going through this process, going through this journey, looking for non-alcoholic options. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next Return of the Athlete episode.